Hello, I'm Agnes, and today Henrik
Hello.
and myself will talk a bit about the Capes and Clips update and why we have split it into 2 releases. And we hope that
What?
we will be able to clarify some things around the split as well.
They split in 2 releases?
So the Capes and Clips update will be released in 2 different parts. So one is a summer release and the other one is a holiday release. So that one will be released end of this year. There are 3 main reasons for us to split the update in 2. The first one is quality, the second one is technical complexity, and the third one is super important, and it's team health.
Dang, we won't get the whole thing.
To ensure quality, we have decided to release some of the features in the Capes and Clips update in holiday instead. And this is because, for us, the most important thing is always to just deliver as much player delight as possible. And we have realized that if we don't release some of the features, the more complex features in holiday, there's a risk that they will not be in a good enough quality, and then it will just not be an as great experience. And of course, we always want to just provide you with the best possible experience.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Henrik.
Hi,
As Agnes mentioned, one of the reasons why we're splitting this update into 2 is because of technical challenges. This update is huge. We are changing the very shape of the world in Minecraft, adding massive mountains, epic caves, and changing the height of the world in order to fit these things. This is tricky. It touches the core of how the world is generated. It's also tricky for performance reasons because there's just more going on when the world is higher.
They're making it higher?
So we've decided that we don't want to rush this. We want to make sure that we give this the time it
Minecraft
deserves. While at the same time,
they're increasing it.
we realize that there's a bunch of features that don't involve changing the way the world is generated. So we decided to split it and put those parts in the summer update and then put the world generation parts in the holiday update.
Okay.
Team health is something that's very important for us. With the Caves and Cliffs update, we realized if we're gonna release all the features in the summer, we would have to crunch a lot, and we shouldn't. And we don't want to force anyone to work overtime. We also want to acknowledge that we all are living in a pandemic right now, and we know that many
So
have
sad.
been affected by that. So it's much better to make sure that the team feel as good as possible and are as happy as possible, because then we can be happy and be creative and create a good game.
The game's already good.
So how exactly are we going to split the features across the 2 updates? In the first update for the summer, we're going to focus on the blocks and the mobs, and not so much world generation.
The wooden?
So blocks would include biome blocks such as drip leaf, pointed dripstone, glowberries, and some building blocks such as deep slate, etc. And mobs will include the axolotl, and the goat, and the glow squid.
The wooden.
Most of the world generation is in part 2, but there'll be a little bit in part 1 as well, such as generation of copper, geodes, things like that. The second part is all about world generation. So that's where you'll find, for the holiday update, the new caves, the new mountains, and the new world height, as well as the actual placement of the biomes. And the reason why we're doing it that way is because the technical challenges I mentioned are mostly all about world generation. So that's where we want to give it more time to make sure we get it right.
You didn't say the word.
It makes sense to put all the big world gen changes into one update to make it easier from a player perspective when you're going to upgrade your world.
For us, it's very, very important to be respectful to old worlds. And that's of course true for the Capes and Clips update as well. So you will be able to update your world both to the summer update and to the holiday update, and there should be no problems. And I mean, this is super important for me as well. I think my world is more than 10 years old, and I will get so upset if I couldn't play on it. So yeah, definitely, you will be able to play on your worlds, and you will be able to continue to play on them for many, many more years. Regarding testing holiday features in the snapshots and betas. So that is still possible. However, we have turned them off. The default is that they are turned off, but you can turn them on so you can continue to test them and provide feedback for us, because we want to continue to get feedback, because we will continue to develop these so we can release them in the holiday. So you can read in the description of the video how you turn those features on in the snapshots and betas. So there is one feature that is postponed even after the holiday release, and that's archaeology. And the reason is that archaeology is a complete new system, which is very exciting.
Did Nico
But that
Robbins,
means
he
that
knows.
we really want to give it the
that's an
time
anime.
it deserves
Me
to
too,
it, so we
fire,
can
yeah.
make it fun, inspiring, delightful, and Minecrafty. So therefore, it's postponed.
When I was fiddling around with Drip Leaf, tweaking it, I noticed that I couldn't stop playing with it. And I started calling in my kids, and we were goofing around and laughing. And one thing we've learned in the team
What
is
about
that
the
when you
warden?
can't stop testing a feature, then you know you're onto something. And a lot of features in this update are like that. So I really hope you're going to enjoy it as much as
Oh
we
god,
are.
we're gonna make the X
So the summer update is very focused on mobs and blocks, and I'm so happy that you actually will be able to get
It's the mob,
almost all the biome blocks
the warden,
in survival,
in
even
the,
in the summer update.
the
Myself,
mobs.
I already like, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna find a moss block, and then I'm gonna boom it, so I get all the vegetation blocks from the lush caves, and then I can build, you know, a park in my realm or a fancy garden. So yeah, I really hope that all of you also will be inspired by these blocks and mobs, and be able to just have a lot of fun and be very creative during the summer. And we are very happy that we actually can release quite many of the features already in the summer, because we know that many of you have more time to play games in the summer, and then we want to be able to actually give you something new, so you can have just extra fun when playing Minecraft in the summer as well. And we really hope that all of you are as excited as we are about the summer release, and that the wait for the holiday release is worth it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you soon.
Bang! You don't have to wait. When? Just when? Anyways, what I was telling you. Alright. Anyways, it's almost 12. Not seeing the tracks. That gets annoying. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Just rubbing your hands together. Oh, it's starting. It's starting. It's starting. It's starting. Anyway. Due to COVID, yeah. Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to
Yes.
Indie World. My name's
Yes.
Ted.
And I'm Elise, and we're here to check out a fresh selection of indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch
Indie
system.
games. More indie
There are
games.
lots of great games out there, and we're
Yes,
here to
they
help
are.
you find your next favorites. So let's get started.
I'm already playing Newport. Super Mario Brothers.
Hey, it's me,
Is there anything
Alex. I'm okay. I met this girl, this boy, loser, at the diner, at the gas station, in the mountains.
Wait.
They were hitchhiking,
Is there-
driving. They were escaping to the border,
Ooh.
looking for someone called Zoe, John, Jared, Sonia, and running from the police, running from some bad guys. They helped me, played games with me,
Do you
they stole my money,
do different?
and they made me
Is there like
realize
different packs?
that I have to come back home. I have to make my own way
Different stories?
to help the brigades.
Different games?
Where am I? Road 13, Road 42, Road 67, Road 96.
Is that really what the fuck we're into?
Hey, ici Digixart,
Different
studio indé
routes.
du sud de la France. On est heureux de vous annoncer que notre nouveau jeu sortira sur Nintendo Switch.
Road 96 est un jeu
Road
narratif et
96.
procédural inspiré par les road movies des années 90. C'était un super défi de vous raconter une histoire en commençant par n'importe quel morceau et on est très content de la forme que ça a pris.
On a mis tout ce qu'on aime dans les road trips, des émotions fortes, des surprises à chaque tournant. Ce jeu, c'est des souvenirs de voyage qu'on a créés juste pour vous.
Où on vous emmène, personne ne le sait, car votre chemin vous appartient.
On espère que ce
Ok.
premier aperçu de Road 96 vous plaira.
I'm excited to see where these roads lead in this procedural story-driven game from DigixArt. Take on the roles of different teenagers and hit the open road for a path to freedom.
So it's different.
On this perilous trip, you'll meet characters from all walks of life and learn their intertwining stories.
Different
Some
routes.
folks may help you out, others might impede your journey. With thousands of potential paths to take, the decisions you make, both big and small,
Alright.
can drastically alter your experience. What happens if you take the bus?
Take it easy.
Or call a taxi? In the end, all
So
roads
is
have to
it
lead
like
somewhere.
the
You're not
Walking Dead
lying,
game?
are you?
Where any game has you choose.
There are many roads.
and take different
Which one will you take?
paths.
Road 96 drives onto Nintendo Switch later this year.
Hi, I'm Neil. I go by Aerial Knight Online, and I'm the creator and developer of Aerial Knight's Never Yield, a narrative runner that captures
Aerial
the spirit
Knight.
of classic games in the genre, but with a few new features and a lot of style. I created this game in Detroit to make space for myself in the game industry, which previously refused to make space for me, and with the help of some of my amazing friends who created something that represents much more. I'm proud to announce that Aerial Knight's Never Yield will be coming to Nintendo Switch, which means you can free run your way to victory to the beat of a dope soundtrack at home or on the go.
Okay.
Please enjoy this look at Aerial Knight's Never Yield.
I keep it going like, I keep it moving like, I keep it going like.
How did you do that? It looked literally like he was about to crash into the wall.
Bringing it back in full effects to the next. Running with the best, never missing a step. From the east to the west, I stay fresh, I finesse, I progress with no stress. In and out the city, I get
It's like
busy, they
Subway
can't get me, I
Surfers
can't be
and all
stopped.
those other
On top,
ones.
100%, I'm giving it all I got. It's on lock, I'm gon' rock.
Big
Let's
Pokemon
roll, they
developed.
know, rain, snow. Nothing
Pokemon
really get in the way, I
Pokemon
just go.
Never used it.
I gotta say, this definitely isn't your typical runner. A 3D side-scroller
So it's
with
just a runner.
parkour action set in a futuristic Tokyo-style Detroit? Sign
It
me up.
isn't just ruined.
Run, jump,
I have
slide,
one.
and dash through the city as the protagonist Wally to save what's left of the future. And you'll no doubt be head bopping to the amazing soundtrack by Detroit artist Daniel Wilkins, with vocals from artists around the world.
Aerial Knight's Never Yield slides onto Nintendo Switch May
Next
19th.
month.
A demo will be
Wow.
available on Nintendo eShop later today.
Okay.
Annapurna Interactive, publisher of Florence
These
and
types
What
of
Remains
games.
of Edith Finch, have a couple more artistic
Whoa,
gems headed to Nintendo Switch.
wait.
Let's take a look.
That looks like the girl from
Jack.
1-0.
Everybody thinks you're me.
We have to face the facts here. We aren't ever gonna be the same again.
They're the same person? Or brothers or something? So, oh my jeez.
not the others?
I've bent over backwards trying to
Oh,
keep
so
this family
slow.
together, but what can I do
Sorry,
with
that's-
this?
I'm gonna try to stab someone.
This is mental!
Dad! You've been playing.
Doing anything.
This is
Yes.
the next frontier. Now show them what you're made of.
This classic art
How do you
style.
know what to keep? And what to get rid of?
Is that a hose? Have you playing with a hose?
There's some things that I can't let go.
Puddles?
They transport me to the past,
Restaurant.
to distant memories,
Mirror.
and dreams
Barbershop.
that cascade into one another.
Bike riding balls. Monster house.
Before I know it, I'm pulled
Table
back to
outside
the
of the
present.
house. Inside of the house.
Standing
A
here,
house.
alone.
Key to the house. Highlight. Hindsight. Hindsight. Yeah.
Last Stop arrives on Nintendo Switch July 2021.
After
Hindsight comes
E3.
to Nintendo Switch later this year.
Awesome.
On behalf of everyone here at Roll7, I'm
Tony
pleased
Hawk.
to announce our next title. Our new game is a vibrant action platformer taking you on a journey across the island of Radland on a quest to meet the legendary skate gods. Skateboarding is a sport
skateboard.
and an art form with so much space for creativity
This
and
is really
expression,
enough, Tony
and that's
Hawk.
something we've really
Oh
wanted to
my
capture
God,
in our new
Tony.
game. We're embracing weird, wonderful, and diverse sides of skateboarding in a game that's all about going on a road trip with your friends, finding crazy spots, and of course, skating everything in sight. The team have put a lot of love into this project, and we're really excited to share it with you. So without further ado, here's a look at Ollie Ollie World.
I would totally play Skate 3 on the Switch.
The latest title in the Ollie Ollie series from Roll 7 is just off the rails. Tear up the streets of Radland and search for the mystical skate gods on your quest for Nirvana in this slick action platformer. The developers have created a silky smooth gameplay experience with super tight controls and level design that flows with your combos. There are so many tricks to master that even a legendary skater would tremble.
There's no need to aim for precision all the time, though. Down for a more chilled out experience? Explore multiple paths through the game's levels. Along the way, you'll get to meet colorful characters, take on quirky side quests, and discover all the hidden secrets of this weird and gorgeous skating utopia.
Bro, Adventure Time but skating.
Ride through Radland in Ollie Ollie World, launching on Nintendo Switch this winter.
That's 60 years from now.
Hallo, ich bin Anselm Püter von Studio Seufz aus Deutschland. Vor etwa 9 Jahren kam ich beim Wandern an eine Höhle, die mit einer alten Sage verknüpft ist. Ein alter König legte sich angeblich dort zur Ruhe und bat seinen Diener, ihn aufzuwecken, sobald die Zeit gekommen ist. Ich fand diese Geschichte so faszinierend, dass ich unbedingt ein Videospiel davon machen wollte, wo man 400 Tage lang auf dieses Erwachen warten muss. Und einige Jahre lang war dieses Spiel mein Herzensprojekt, weil ich herausfinden wollte, wie man Zeit als Spielmechanik verwenden kann, um diese Geschichte zu erzählen. Ich hoffe, ihr werdet alle Spaß haben, jetzt The Longing auf der Nintendo Switch zu spielen.
These style games. There's a lonely servant. These types of games are dope. The task is to wait 400 days. Wait 400 days. Seems to be how will you pass the time? It's a little scary. Minecraft. Drowning. 62. 369. 69.
This hand-drawn art style. I've never seen anything like it. And
it's
wow,
hand-drawn?
400 days in real time?
What?
You don't actually have to play this adventure game to see how it ends, but that doesn't mean you should leave this little guy all alone. This is a shade, the last servant of a king who once ruled an underground kingdom.
You're joking.
Explore dark caves, complete time-based puzzles, and collect items as you long for him to awaken. The Longing comes to Nintendo Switch later today.
Bro, sorry.
What's our next game?
There is no game.
Alright then?
No, really. The game is actually called There Is No Game. It's a point-and-click comedy adventure filled with riddles and puzzles. There's a broader story here in this non-game as well. Let's not ruin the fun though. Just know this. If you're looking for something different, something experimental that's full of surprises, then look no further.
There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension, launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
That's cool.
Hi, this is JF from Tribute Games.
And I'm Cyril from Dotemu.
Hi.
Today we're very excited to announce Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge for Nintendo Switch system.
This game is a side-scrolling beat 'em up. We took direct inspiration from the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games like Turtles in Time.
No.
We're using the classic and famous 87 design with colorful pixel art.
We are really happy to have the game coming to Nintendo Switch, as the platform and features fit the project perfectly.
We hope you like this trailer as much as we do.
See you in Dimension X.
No. Oh my god. He did. Look at me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on the Switch. Meet Naruto. What play Michelangelo? Donatello. Yo, Nintendo adding Teenage Ninja Turtles to the Switch? It's an innocent indie game. my god, now. What? They added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the Switch?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did we just flash back to the 80s?
Even better, this is a new game that proudly celebrates its roots. The game is reminiscent of classic arcade beat-em-ups, and it's got a blend of retro and modern visuals. This side-scroller reunites our 4 favorite turtles as they kick some serious shell. Dive into this bodacious game, developed by Tribute Games and published by Dotemu, who also published Streets of Rage 4 and Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap.
Wasn't he on the...
Cowabunga! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge comes to Nintendo Switch later this year.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Switch.
Chris Tales, from Colombian developers Dreams Incorporated and Sick, draws inspiration from classic and modern JRPGs. What especially stands out about it is the time-traveling aspect of gameplay. You can shift time during combat, which can have a variety of effects, like making enemies younger and thus easier to defeat.
While exploring this handcrafted, dark fairy tale world, you'll recruit a diverse cast of allies and discover new realms, such as the Shining Kingdom of Crystallis. Can you stop the Empress from destroying the world? Chris Tales lands on Nintendo Switch July 20th. Showcasing a stylized Japanese aesthetic, Getsu Fumaden delivers a dynamic hack-and-slash roguelite experience filled with perilous dungeons, fierce boss battles, and intense skill-based combat.
Delve into the depths of the underworld while mastering a diverse range of weapons and otherworldly powers to drive back the dark forces within. Getsu Fumaden, Undying Moon, comes to Nintendo Switch next year.
Next year?
Hola, soy Guille de Lienzo, el estudio mexicano detrás de Aztec Forgotten Gods. Hoy estamos súper emocionados de compartir con ustedes por fin nuestro siguiente proyecto. Un juego de acción-aventura inspirado en una de las culturas más hermosas del planeta. Aztec Forgotten Gods combina una historia profunda con un universo fascinante y lleno de acción. En Lienzo, estamos muy orgullosos de poder compartir un poquito de México con jugadores en todo el mundo. Esperemos que les guste.
Ancient times with the pyramids and the artifacts and mysteries, fossils, what's it? Whoa. What is this creature, god? He's focusing on an Aztec. So it's literally Aztec.
If you're looking for a grand adventure, look no further than Aztec Forgotten Gods. It tells the story of Ashley, a courageous woman who battles colossal deities. The game puts Aztec mythology and futuristic technology front and center.
As Ashley, you'll gain powerful arm upgrades, traverse different areas within a modern Mesoamerican metropolis, and encounter all sorts of characters to uncover ancient secrets. However, sometimes the truth is best left forgotten. Aztec Forgotten Gods soars onto the Nintendo Switch system fall 2021.
So like around August.
안녕하세요. 사우스포 게임즈 대표 박상우입니다. 스컬 더 히어로 슬레이어는 로그 요소가 가미된 액션 플랫포머 게임입니다. 저희 스튜디오는 대한민국 전남대학교에 있는 게임 개발 동아리에서 탄생하였습니다. 어릴 적부터 액션 플랫포머 게임에 빠져 살았던 꿈 많은 청년들은 대학교 동아리에서 만나 팀을 이루었고 여러 시행착오 끝에 스컬을 완성했습니다. 세상을 구하기 위해 수많은 몬스터와 마음을 무찌르는 영상과 같은 판타지 클리셰도 재밌지만 그 반대는 어떨까요? 이제 곧 불멸의 최악체 몬스터 스켈레톤의 영웅담이 시작됩니다.
Undying Skeleton will begin. Reminds me of Power Knight. Oh, it's like the design of other indie games. I'm like a Shovel Knight. Any game taken over. Hero Slayer.
Skull the Hero Slayer
Whoa,
is a
those look
2D
like
fast
fake
action
mons.
roguelite where you
Or
take
Digimon.
on an entire army to rescue your king. And the best part, to progress in the game, you'll need to swap abilities, which is done by swapping heads.
With 90 playable characters, I mean heads, each with their own special abilities, plus numerous items and upgrades, there are certainly enough possibilities here to make your head spin.
Alright.
So get ahead. Literally, in Skull the Hero Slayer, launching on Nintendo Switch, summer
Skull the
2021.
Okay.
We're nearing the end of today's showcase. Before we go, there are several more indie games we'd like to show you. Please, take a look.
Alright, let's see. Oh, can you get out of the way? Sheesh. Like, this is so dumb. I'm not clicking. Screw off. Autograph. A car driving game. Kiwi. Yeah, funny. Grabber City? Yeah, the amazing thing. It's a maze. Really like amazing game. Weaving Tide. Neat. Whoa, that's pretty cool. The House of the Dead remake. Oh, it's a remake. It's dead. Like, you're dead. Ender Lilies. Quietus Verus of the Nights. Beast of Maravilla Island. Best! It looks cool. That's why I got excited. I don't know this game, but it looks cool. And again, the art style reminds me of the game.
Ready to start your next indie adventure on Nintendo Switch?
I think I already started.
Head on over to Nintendo eShop or Nintendo.com for our Indie World sale. Available later today.
Ooh. Woo! That's all for today's Indie World Showcase. We hope you're looking forward to these games.
On behalf of everyone at Nintendo, we'd like to thank our talented community of partners and developers for bringing their games to the Nintendo Switch system. And thank you to all of our amazing fans for tuning in.
To stay up to date with all the latest news from Indie World, please be sure to follow our official Twitter account at IndieWorldNA. Until next time, happy gaming. We spoke too soon. We actually have one more game to show you.
I was gonna say, there has to be something else. Something new.
Welcome, welcome. First, we're gonna have a little fun tonight, folks.
What is this?
Reported strange interruptions in their radio broadcast over the visual confirmation of the clouds above Edwards Island. Over.
What is this?
Riley, come in, Riley. Can you hear me?
Riley?
Riley, are you there?
Riley? Riley? Riley! Lost signals? Whoa. Wow, that was pretty cool. Wow.